Hey guys, you join me in Portugal. I'm about 60 kilometers east of the town Porto, the historic capital of Portugal, and I'm here on the iconic N304 mountain road going through the national park here. And what have I got behind me? It is the Fiat Abarth 595 edition. 70th edition to celebrate Abarth's history from 1949 to 2019, and I've brought it here to this beautifully stunning vista on the ever-demanding N304. To be honest with you, I've hired a BMW i8 to drive here from Porto Airport, but unfortunately that car's making its way up the country to get to me. I was meant to hire that at 11 o'clock this morning. It is now 2:15 in the afternoon, so they said have the Abarth instead, take that, drive it to your hotel, have some fun, and we'll get the BMW i8 to you as quickly as possible. So I've kind of lucked out because I'm getting two pretty sweet cars for the price of one to drive on this incredible road, the N304. So I've never driven an Abarth before, and I'll just give you a little tour around the car. It's quite a sweet little thing. It's got a really funky little interior in here. A lot of Abarth badging. The actual plastic itself does feel quite cheap, but they've set it off with these fancy Abarth seats. They don't give you the greatest of support though. I've been throwing it around a few corners now, and they could really do with a little bit more support. As you've probably noticed, this is an automatic. Strangely, it's only a 5-speed automatic that you can operate in full manual mode with these paddles behind the steering wheel here. And there's a sport mode button which sharpens everything up. Sharpens up the throttle response, lets you rev it out, increases the weight of the steering. It's a little bit artificial, it's a bit gloopy, but it's quite a fun little car. It makes quite a cool noise as well from its 1.4 litre turbocharged engine. It's making the cool noise largely out of these little puppies sticking out the back, which poke out either side of this faux diffuser around the back end. It's a very good looking car, I have to say. It's, especially in this white, it looks the business. I think it's quite expensive. I wasn't expecting to get this car today, so I don't really know much about it, but I think they retail at around £20,000. It doesn't feel that kind of price. Wow, look at this. This i8 Roadster is being subtly tweaked over the i8 Coupe, which has been around for about 3 or 4 years now. They've changed the suspension on this car to get better wheel control, better travel. They've tweaked the steering for more precision. Being a Roadster, it's gained an extra 60 kilos because it's got a fully electric roof that you can operate up to about 35 miles an hour. And that is a joy to behold when that roof is in operation. It's very clever, and the fact that they've managed to do it and keep these wonderful sort of butterfly style doors that this car comes with is an amazing feat of engineering. And so all round, this car, even though it's 60 kilos heavier, they managed to reduce the size of the batteries and locate them in this very wide center tunnel that runs through the car to improve the center of gravity and weight distribution. Now, I've never driven the coupe version, but I have to say, I picked this car up yesterday, later than expected. Was meant to get it at 11 o'clock yesterday, but unfortunately we were delayed and didn't get it till about 5 o'clock. It was delivered to our hotel, which is located on this wonderful N304 road here, and I took it out in the dark as the sun was going down, and I don't know this road, and it's a very demanding piece of road, and I gave it the beans, and this car just feels so incredibly agile. All of those systems working together, the two motors on the front axle and that 1.5 3-cylinder petrol engine burbling away behind you. It's absolutely mind-bending how quickly this car will go down a road, and just considering its size, how absolutely hooked up and agile it feels on a road like this. It is an absolute phenomenal feat of engineering, and I couldn't have asked for a better road in which to test it. It's got 3 modes, Eco Pro mode, which we're in now because we are behind a fairly sedate moving Mercedes estate, which basically is the most economical of all modes. It's got everything powered back, and you're running mainly on electric. This car will do 75 miles an hour in pure electric mode, just running the 2 front motors on the front axle. They produce about 184 brake horsepower just through electric alone, and nearly 200 pounds-feet of torque. So this is a fairly rapid car in just pure electric mode. The 1.5 twin turbo behind us produces about 260 brake horsepower, maybe a little bit less. Don't quote me on that one. But the way they integrate together, when you put this car in comfort mode, it gets a little bit more aggressive. It uses the petrol engine, and you drive it in fully automatic. The car is fully automatic in that mode. It's got 6-speed gears, and it's just effortlessly smooth. And then you can move the gear selector across into sport mode, where you can use the paddles behind the steering wheel to flip up and down manually through the gears. And I haven't actually done that yet, so I'll let you know how I get on, but I'm really looking forward to that. But at the minute, we've got it in Eco Pro, just to save some fuel as we're meandering quite slowly on this road. So right, now I'm going to go from comfort mode, which, like I said, is pretty rapid. You can hear the petrol engine kick in, and this keeps the car in a fully automatic mode, shuffles through the gears as and when, and then flips between the electric motors and the petrol engine. There's a branch in the road. Then what I'm going to do next is I'm going to toggle across and go into sport mode. Everything's come up red on the dashboard now, and now I'm in fully manual mode. You can hear it blip on the downshift as it's... Listen to that. Oh, that sounds great. And what's amazing about it is that I got a head-up display. Oh, listen to that blip. I got a head-up display on the windscreen with my revs, with my speed, with my gear, and telling me what the speed limit is, which of course I am doing the speed limit. But these are tricky conditions today because it's been raining all night long. There's wet leaves on the road. It's slipperier than a slippery thing today on the road. Oh, traction control just kicked in there because we were on the wet leaves. But this car, with its 4-wheel drive, clever electric motors and petrol engine rear axle, mid-engined petrol engine as well, it just feels so well balanced and so well sorted. It's absolutely incredible. Yesterday I drove it up this road and it was bone dry, and it just had immense, absolutely, hello policeman, sorry, immense amounts of grip. Now today it's wet, it's definitely feeling a little bit more twitchy, a little bit more slippery. But it's still, it just rides so well. The ride is absolutely incredible. I drove a Fiat 500 Abarth down this road before getting this car yesterday, and that, with its sporty suspension, which is jiggling around all over the place, was bouncing up and down like a pogo stick, and it felt like it was going to chuck us off the side of the mountain. But this just feels incredibly pliant and well balanced. Is it as involving as other sports cars or supercars? Maybe not, but it's still phenomenally capable, and the steering is just pinpoint accurate. And the brakes, it regens under braking. The brake pedal is very intuitive, even though it's doing a lot of regen braking. Oh, listen to that, throw it into the corner. You can feel a bit of movement. Oh, back end wanted to step out then, but the ESP's on, so it caught it as I just went to correct it. The ESP just... Oh yeah, people say that this car is a bit inert, a bit dead, but maybe the coupe is. But I tell you what, in the wet at least you can definitely get some movement of that rear axle, as the front electric motors help to change direction on the front axle. The back end in these conditions is definitely involved in the cornering process, and it's a big old car, so I'm not really sure I'd want to be turning the ESP off on a road like this. But yeah, phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. So finally there's been a break in the weather and the sun's come out briefly, so we've managed to drop the roof, get our coats on, and see what this car's like with the roof down. Yeah, it just completely changes the whole character of the car already. It's just so light and airy in here. So when the roof's on, you completely forget that it's a Roadster, because it's so well insulated. The roof is just such good quality, and then you drop it, which takes all of 14 seconds, and it's a very pretty roof mechanism that drops, and then you can hear the engine. I don't know if you can hear that, but it just adds another layer of enjoyment and tactility with the roof down. You can just smell the trees and the fresh air and hear that engine a little bit more, and it's just a lovely car to drive. It's a very capable all-rounder, and in this Roadster guise, it's such like I said, an all-rounder, because you can have it, you can drive it like a coupe, you can have the roof down when the sun comes out. It's such a comfortable ride. You can cruise around in comfort mode or eco mode, and it's pretty economical and green, and you can do fully electric mode around town or wherever, and then you can get it up on a mountain road like this, and you can put it into sport mode, and you can flip through the paddles like you're in a Formula 1 car, and just enjoy the car and enjoy the chassis. It's a very capable chassis, even in these less than ideal conditions. It's absolute fantastic car. And we have to say that the road in Portugal, this road, the N304, if you ever have an opportunity to come here, it's absolutely amazing. It's November now, it's not that cold, there's hardly anything on it, and it is one of the best roads I've ever driven in my life. One of the best roads in the world, I reckon. So if you're a petrol head or an eco head or whatever, get your asses down here and you'll have an absolute blast. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Please like and subscribe. Cheers. Bye.